Good evening. I'm Elizabeth LaPointe.
And I'm Zoe Benjamin. Here's what's coming up next on PantherVision.
It is my pleasure to introduce to all of you
The Panthers have a new coach,
Jordan.
but there are still a lot of questions about the old one.
Rob Jeter was not fired for performance. Rob Jeter was fired because he made too much money.
Why are these people so mad at this car?
And why are these people having a sleepover in Spaights Plaza?
All that, plus hip-hop in the halls, next on UWM PantherVision.
From the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee, this is UWM PantherVision. A weekly newscast reported, written, and produced by students in the Department of Journalism and Mass Communication. And now, the news.
Hello, another week, another coaching controversy.
The play-by-play announcer for the Panthers men's basketball games is stepping down and blasting administration in the process. Bill Johnson has been the radio voice of the Panthers for 17 years, but he suddenly announced on Instagram that he's calling it quits. In a brutal goodbye message, he took direct aim at the athletic department, saying things like, quote, "I would say it's taking the last lifeboat off the Titanic, but that would be unfair to the crew of the Titanic." His announcement comes after a tumultuous couple of weeks, starting with athletic director Amanda Braun's decision to fire head coach Rob Jeter. More on the introduction of the new coach in a moment, but first, here's what Bill Johnson told us about his decision to step down in such an epic way.
So, when I said that Amanda Braun was a deplorable human being, and I just said earlier too that she basically was nice enough to me, cordial to me throughout our relationship. I think it's deplorable when you kick somebody when they're down. And I think that that's what she's doing with Rob Jeter. Not only was it not enough that she had to fire him after 11 seasons, fire him with a winning record, fire him after a 20-win season, but now she's got to do everything she can to discredit him so he can't get another job.
The university has issued a statement saying, "We believe his comments are unwarranted and unfair and likely motivated by his own suspension from his position in February for making racially insensitive remarks during the broadcast of a Panther game." Johnson's announcement comes less than a week after the team named a new coach.
Chris Schimmel joins us with more. Chris?
Thanks, guys. UWM moved very quickly to hire its new coach, and he comes from a similar background as Rob Jeter did back in 2005. Laval Jordan, a former University of Michigan assistant, received a warm welcome from Chancellor Mark Monet and Amanda Braun.
I'm very confident that we are going to, as I've talked with Laval's family, we are going to win together, and this is just going to be a great future. So we're absolutely thrilled, Laval. Thank you for making the choice and being our new men's basketball coach here at UW Milwaukee. Go Panthers.
It is my pleasure to introduce to all of you the new head coach, men's basketball, for the Milwaukee Panthers, Jordan.
Jordan says he is fond of the support system of the men's basketball team.
Having competed against Milwaukee, being at Butler as a coach, and seeing the support from the community, the campus, the students, all come out and be right behind the basketball team and knowing the effect that can have. And it was just an exciting thing for me to think about being a part of.
One of the key issues for Jordan will be building a relationship with players that were upset with Jeter's dismissal.
Day by day. Getting to know them each and every day, reaching out, making myself available, keeping my door open. Obviously, I've got more guys to sit down with and talk about the future, their futures, our future, my vision, and how they fit into that. So, it's overwhelming if you're trying to do it all at once, but relationships are built over time, and so we just got to spend time together. My plan is to spend a lot of time with these guys.
We will have more on the new hiring in sports later, including a sit-down with Braun and player reaction.
Thanks, Chris. The results are in for student association elections, and there's no change at the top.
Current President Mike Sportello easily beat Brandy Hernandez. Sportello received 59.5% of the vote. Hernandez got 36.3%. Trevor Young and Emily Keister won the 2 vice president positions. 1,704 students voted in the elections, putting turnout at about 6%.
New voting laws in Wisconsin created issues for some students at the polls on Election Day. Some students at Marquette stood in line for 2 hours after the polls closed, waiting to register and cast their ballots. Wisconsin new voter ID law requires that out-of-state students who don't have a Wisconsin driver's license or passport must receive a special voter ID from their university. Despite any problems at the polls, college students played a big role in the presidential primary.
Matt Campbell is here to break it all down. Matt?
Thanks, guys. Candidates spent some of their time campaigning for the college vote, but did it work? We broke down the election results between the UWM and Marquette neighborhoods. In the UWM neighborhoods, we looked at voting wards 127 to 130. At Marquette, we looked at voting wards 190 to 192.
And on the Republican side, Ted Cruz won the Wisconsin primary and in the UWM wards, followed by Donald Trump and John Kasich. However, at Marquette, John Kasich came on top, followed by Ted Cruz, then Donald Trump. On the Democrat side, it's safe to say Wisconsin was feeling the burn. Sanders won across the state and on both campus neighborhoods, but Hillary Clinton had more votes in Milwaukee County, and it was the only county she won in Wisconsin. Marquette alum Rebecca Bradley gets to keep her job as a Supreme Court justice, even though Joanne Kloppenberg won in both campus neighborhoods. Locally, voters cast their ballot for Milwaukee County Executive and the City of Milwaukee Mayor. On Election Day, State Senator Chris Larson and Mayor Tom Barrett stopped by the UWM campus. Larson won in the UWM wards, but Chris Abley gets to keep his job as Milwaukee County Executive. Tom Barrett also gets to keep his job as Milwaukee Mayor.
Now, approximately 4 out of 5 ballots only voted in the presidential primary in these wards. Voter turnout was also higher in this spring election. In the UWM wards, voter turnout was 62%, and Ward 130 had a 96% turnout. Marquette ward's turnout was around 30%. The voter turnout percentage might be misleading since voter registration changes frequently in these wards. Neil Albrecht of the City of Milwaukee Election Committee says the city does statutory purges of the active voter registry every 2 years, but tries to do the college area wards every year. Back to you, Elizabeth and Zoe.
Thanks, Matt. You might not think that posters could help make up a $250 million budget cut.
But as PantherVision's Alvaro Niño de Guzman reports, it's all part of an effort to impress state lawmakers.
Students across the state are working hard to achieve their goal, a goal achieved through long-form research in hopes to the community and even the world. Some of the research topics are
neuromuscular control,
future fusion technologies,
computer science,
clean energy,
aging,
sociological problems.
Students from the UW system joined together in Madison for the 13th annual poster in the Rotunda at the state capitol.
It's nice to practice explaining your research to people.
The legislative body interacts with students and see the contribution and ideas that might bring progress to Wisconsin.
One of them specifically that really interested me was one that is going to deal with selling of water in my district to another district. The student is actually doing this project on that.
Chancellors also join students and are not shy with their pride in their students' work.
We typically send one of the largest contingents to the National Conference on Undergraduate Research.
Chancellors declined to talk about budget cuts. Instead, they wanted to focus on their student research. Some worry that the budget cuts may slow down students' research and even put some projects to a stop.
Money spent on education and research is going places, it might seem like a black hole where it goes in and you never see anything come out.
But UW system spokesmen understand the importance of this event for students and their projects.
What is this impact on not only the citizens of Wisconsin, but also citizens around the world? And students in their undergraduate learning and studies are uncovering these things, and that's fantastic.
In Madison, I'm Alvaro Niño de Guzman for PantherVision.
6 students from UWM presented their research finding at the event. Topics range from psychology to freshwater science.
Tuition for Wisconsin residents is still frozen, but that doesn't mean some students won't have to pay more next year. The UW System Board of Regents approved proposals to raise non-resident tuition for 5 campuses. At UWM, the non-resident undergraduate rate will increase 1%. Tuition for both residents and non-residents in the MBA program will go up 2.5%. With nearly 3,800 non-residents, UWM would generate about $328,000 in revenue. This is the second year in a row out-of-state tuition has been raised.
UW-Madison's chancellor is trying to reassure faculty about a new tenure policy. The new policy was approved last week by the Faculty Senate, but the Board of Regents made some changes. In a blog post, Chancellor Rebecca Blake says that the new policy is, quote, workable, consistent with our peers, and provides tenure protections that should reassure our faculty. The policy outlines the process for faculty layoff and decisions around financial emergencies or program closures.
The investigation into the cause of lockdown at MATC continues. Milwaukee police responded to a report of a person with a gun entering one of the downtown campus buildings. MATC immediately issued a lockdown alert. The college used Twitter to update students on the situation. Milwaukee police worked with campus security to check buildings. The alert was canceled just minutes later. However, the subject with the gun was not found.
Madison police are being criticized after arresting a student in a classroom. The student was arrested on suspicion of spraying graffiti on campus building. The graffiti contained anti-racist messages that were signed as messages from God. Students at the university were somewhat disturbed by the classroom arrest and criticized it on social media.
While a student gets arrested for graffiti at UW-Madison, we found some chalking at UWM that violates school policy. This chalking promotion for study abroad was written on the wall of the parking entrance in front of Bolton. According to the 2015 Student Organization Manual, chalking on walls is considered vandalism. Chalking on sidewalks is okay as long as it washes off in the rain. Anyone violating the policy may be ticketed. UWM administrators told PantherVision they will likely not issue a ticket, but they are continuing to look into the matter.
Universities across the nation have been moving toward implementing campus smoking bans. Now UW-Milwaukee may be on its way to joining those institutions. PantherVision's Brooke Moret reports.
You inhale a deep puff of smoke on your way to class or on a short break, whether you choose to or not. For students at UWM, this is an issue that will be more of a choice when the Physical Environment Committee votes on whether to approve a smoking ban on campus or not. The smoking ban has already been voted on and approved by the UWM Student Association, which SA Vice President Evan Braun proposed. He says the ban entails a few changes to campus smoking regulations.
That'd be a slow implementation plan that would start with smoke-free zones and then move into a smoke-free campus with designated smoking zones.
For freshman nursing student Morgan McAndrews, this is an issue that she is happy is finally being addressed and even avoids certain areas where smoke clouds tend to grow thick.
It's so bad. I walk in the middle and then around just because there's so many people that smoke right here, and I feel like it'll be helping a lot of people with their lungs.
Senior Anhad Shurjil, who is in strong opposition of the smoking ban, says that he is wary that a smoking ban will interfere with his ability to get to class on time.
I think that sometimes you have 3-hour classes, you have 5-10 minutes in between classes. I need a cigarette. I'm going to end up skipping class.
He feels the SA should have advertised a smoking ban proposal meeting that took place so he and other smokers could have voiced their opinion on the matter. In Milwaukee, I'm Brooke Moret for PantherVision.
Some students figured out how to have a smashing good time in Spaights Plaza,
while others opted for a night in cardboard boxes.
We'll tell you why when PantherVision returns.
This is where powerful ideas lead to proven results. This is where you belong.
Students on campus are helping others while blowing off some steam.
And as I found out, UWM Sigma Chi fraternity is fundraising for good causes with a twist. The home stretch of the semester is upon us, and when that stress kicks in, some sort of outlet is needed. Luckily, the Sigma Chi fraternity is here to give you a whole week of relief.
It's cheaper than therapy.
The first event of the week is the Car Smash, right in the middle of Spaights Plaza.
Derby Days is a week-long philanthropy event that we at this campus put on for a week, and then chapters all around the country do the same thing as well. Historically, it started as the week before the Kentucky Derby, hence the name Derby Days.
Proceeds go towards the Wheaton Franciscan Hope Fund and the Fisher House. Help fight cancer. Take a swing at the car.
The Car Smash helps to provide cancer patient therapy and comfort and support for veterans. Selena Mater is one student who took full advantage of the chance to smash a car.
Because people don't think about the donations and where they're going, but if you give them something fun to do or something that's different, they want to learn about where their money is going.
UWM students definitely know how to relieve some stress while taking the load off of others in need. In Milwaukee, I'm Zoe Benjamin from PantherVision.
If you're interested in more information about Sigma Chi and their upcoming events, you can find them on Facebook.
It started with a text, and 6 years later, it's still going strong.
Happy Milwaukee Day. It's not going to be the last time tonight. We're going to do it probably a couple more times.
The celebration had music, food, and craft brewing. Even Mayor Tom Barrett came to get a piece of the Cream City action. The day celebrates inclusivity within the community by hosting bands from Sky Academy to Lex Allen. Andy Silverman and Brent Gold were the founders of Milwaukee Day. The event has found its home at Turner Hall for the last 3 years.
Not everyone spent Milwaukee Day at Turner Hall. Students from Habitat for Humanity were also out all night, but not where you might think. The event was a part of Act Speak Build Week, which aims to bring awareness to homeless.
Where us and about 10 other UWM students made a bunch of houses, I guess you could say, out of cardboard.
The event was a part of Act Speak Build Week, which aims to bring awareness to the homeless. David Kelly says the event is an eye-opening experience.
People do this on a regular basis. And tonight we can go back home to our comfy beds, and a lot of people can do that, whereas, I mean, for some homeless people, this is real life.
The event wrapped up with a fundraiser at AJ Bombers.
MATC recently held its 13th annual Sustainability Summit. Attendees explored sustainability strategies specific to Wisconsin. MATC's Shireen Ghalib has more.
We are in the green season, and MATC is proud to be the host for the 2016 Sustainability Summit here at the Potawatomi Hotel in Milwaukee. This event is a successful collaboration of business, education, government, and nonprofit organizations.
On the academic side,
many extraordinary leaders gave their speech at the summit, like Dr. Vicki Martin, president of MATC, Dr. Mark Mooney, chancellor at the UWM, and Milwaukee Mayor Tom Barrett.
So we want to be an eco-city, and the eco-city is through environmental collaboration.
MATC made a commitment to sustainability not only at the summit, but as well as in the curriculum.
We've made sure that we've incorporated it into our courses and into our core abilities and even into our strategic planning process.
MATC stays sustainable as an institution and from an academic point of view.
How can we help our students to be more aware, and how can we train students to be ready for career fields in sustainability as well?
One of the things that MATC I think really brings to the table, such a variety of opportunities of classes and programs that they can enroll in.
I think it's important for students to become part of the Sustainability Summit.
I'm just proud that Milwaukee Area Technical College has been the leader in this and has had the summit for a number of years.
This year's summit, fun, productive, and transformative. For more information, please visit sustainabilitysummit.us. This is Shireen Ghalib for PantherVision.
The two-day summit was held at Potawatomi Bingo Casino.
Poetry Month is underway, and UWM is hosting its monthly writing workshop. Rebecca Panthenthien has the story.
Hello. Meet Hugh Minh Nguyen. He is a Vietnamese-American poet. Nguyen hosted this month's writing workshop in the Inclusive Excellence Center. Nguyen gave those who attended writing prompts, allowing them to turn their emotions into poems.
Muskrat cat slides sideways with claws seeking purchase.
Nguyen told us about the influence poetry had on him.
It was like the first time I felt like
my stories mattered.
For this workshop, he wanted to focus on identities, assimilation, and help students embrace all their facets.
That a person is not only just one thing, and that there are so many identities that make up a body.
Wynn and the workshop participants packed up and made their way to the Lyrical Sanctuary for UWM's monthly open mic night. Even took the opportunity to present their own work. Chris was the first of the night.
I love you as an earth full of all variety of terrain. I love you in pink fogs.
And then Dante took the stage.
Nothing will make my smile shine brighter than seeing you eat something so disgusting yet clean enough to fix that dirty mouth like Orbit.
Wynn closed the night with his own poetry set. His work represents the same ideas he focused on in the writing workshop. Keeping up with multiple identities,
Race is the first thing people usually notice about.
Family history, and society are a few of the topics Wynn brings to the forefront.
No, he wasn't talking to me!
In Milwaukee, I'm Rebecca Pappenthien for PantherVision.
Luis De Leon joins us with a look at our weather.
Thank you guys, and seeing some of those stories today, really proving that spring definitely has sprung, and so a lot of those warm temperatures sticking around. I hope you guys got to get outside this weekend.
Definitely did.
Yes, definitely. Of course, as we go to your weather headlines, as I said before, we're going to be seeing, for the most part, a beautiful week of weather here in the area as the warm-up trend is going to continue and stay consistent as the days move on. By Wednesday, we should be seeing some slight and stray showers as the clouds roll in, along with the low pressure system that will be helping the clouds be able to condense into precipitation, but the temperature still should be staying warm with plentiful sunshine continuing into your weekend, so a pretty decent week ahead. So that's for your current conditions. Taking a look outside right now, I have listed it at overcast skies, but we are seeing a lot more sunshine than usual. I believe just those clouds really rolled out of the area overnight with the temperature right now at 62 degrees and the dew point at 40. So that's for the rest of today. Partly cloudy skies. Going to see a cloud here or there, but for the most part, going to be seeing plenty of sunshine throughout the day with a high of 72 and a low of 43. Not expecting much precipitation today, so going to list that at 0%. As for your lows across the state, taking a look outside right now, lows this morning going to be ranging throughout the 40s. Going to be seeing a wider gap throughout the state with the lows and the highs. Starting up north in Rhinelander with a low of 41, Green Bay area 40, Oshkosh 40, here in Milwaukee 43, out in the state capital in Madison 44, La Crosse 42, and out by the state border in Eau Claire 42 as well. As for your highs across the state, seeing temperatures ranging throughout the 70s. Yes, that's right, I said it, the 70s. Haven't seen this much, this warm of weather since probably about October, and so it's definitely a good time to get outside today to enjoy the weather. So starting up north in Rhinelander with a high of 69, Oshkosh 74, Green Bay 75, here in Milwaukee 72, out in Madison 73. Out by the state border, seeing very warm temperatures, getting close to 80 degrees. Eau Claire 77, La Crosse 78. As for tonight, cloudy skies. Clouds are going to roll on in with a low of 43. Winds coming out of the west at 10 to 15 miles per hour. So a very calm night per se. As for tomorrow, partly cloudy skies. Those clouds are going to be rolling in and out throughout the day. Plenty of sunshine, though. Temperatures going to be dropping just a little bit, just touching 60 with a high of 57. Low of 41. Winds coming out of the southwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. As for Wednesday, this is when we're going to start to see those stray showers just a little bit peeking through. In the morning, we're going to still see plenty of sunshine, but as the afternoon hours roll on Wednesday, we are going to be seeing a lot more clouds coming in with the low pressure system, as I said before, with a chance for some stray showers throughout that day with a high of 56 and winds increasing as well coming out of the west at 15 to 20 miles per hour. So as for your extended forecast, we are going to be listing rain for Thursday only because there is a good chance for some morning stray drizzles from Wednesday night, but should be a pretty cloudy day after the system moves out of the area with a high 57. Friday and into your weekend, seeing some beautiful weather in the 60s with partly cloudy skies both Friday and Saturday, and Sunday clouds move in for mostly cloudy skies with a high of 60. So once again, got to get out to those Brewer games right now because spring has sprung and the summer is just it's getting there, so. Yeah.
A few non-perishable food cans can go a long way. MATC has this on its mind while hosting their food drive to help the community of Milwaukee. MATC's Veronica Mosley reports.
For some students walking the downtown campus, they may be thinking about graduation, finals, exams, whereas others might be thinking about hunger. I spoke to manager Melissa Frankowitz of the Child Care Services to learn more information about the food drive.
We've been doing this for 14 years. In the past, we've collected food and then donated it to community food banks. But this year, MATC's Student Life program decided to open a food pantry for students on the MATC downtown campus. And so this year, the food we collect is going to be donated to that student food pantry. Obviously, we're looking for non-perishable foods, canned things like canned soups, canned meals like stews and pasta dishes, cereals, juices, granola bars. Again, since we're catering to students, we're also looking for things that are kind of easy, like the microwave meal type things that students might find handy to use.
Miss the food drive, then go to the main building on the 3rd floor in the Student Legal Clinic. I'm Veronica Mosley, reporting from PantherVision.
She's under fire and under the spotlight.
Up next in sports, we talk with Amanda Braun, answers questions about the coaching situation.
And later, we'll tell you about the hype behind the dancers that practice in the halls.
Ready again?
Let's go do this.
At MATC, we award lots of degrees. But not everyone makes it to our big ceremony.
Samantha, I own lamb.
Thanks to the hands-on training they receive from industry experts, many of our grads are already hard at work. But that's okay. They end up with something even more rewarding than a diploma. A career. MATC. Redefine smart.
This is where powerful ideas lead to proven results. This is where you belong.
Coaches in controversy for the UW-Milwaukee Athletics Department.
Chris Schimmel joins us with more details. Chris?
Athletic Director Amanda Braun has been criticized for the firing of Rob Jeter, not accepting invitations to 2 postseason tournaments, and now rumors have been spreading that Coach Jordan wasn't her top choice. I was able to have a sit-down interview with her regarding those issues. After 11 years of being the Panthers head coach, Rob Jeter was fired on March 17th by Athletic Director Amanda Braun.
In my assessment, and I've said this many times, and it hasn't changed, that in this year we did not attain that level of success.
She states the Panthers' goal isn't to be in the middle of the pack.
That's right. Yeah, 5th place is not what we aspire to, and that wasn't the standard that we had set for the year.
She, along with over 100 Division I schools, declined the invitation to the CBI and CIT tournaments, despite the Panthers winning 20 regular season games.
Obviously, the NCAA and the NIT are the 2 real invitation tournaments. They don't require you to pay or to play. So those are the ones that are truly postseason. The others are tournaments that are held at the end of the season, and people want you to pay in to play and be a part of them.
Rumors about Iowa State assistant coach T.J. Otzelberger being the original choice for head coach and not Jordan was denied by Braun.
I've heard that rumor. I've heard a lot of rumors along the way here. I think we hired a coach 2.5 weeks ago, actually, according to some of the rumors.
She believes the basketball program has a bright future with Coach Jordan.
Oh, if you have a conversation with him, he is an impressive person. I love his philosophy and the way he motivates. So I think when he gets in front of young people, he's very relatable, a very genuine and authentic, a good energy person. So I think he's going to do really well.
The firing of Jeter upset some of the players so much that several have asked to be released so they can transfer. And now comes word that junior guard Akeem Springs has indeed transferred to Minnesota. The 6'4" Springs averaged 13.2 points a game for the Panthers. In addition, junior forward Austin Arians transferred to Wake Forest. As for reactions to new coach Laval Jordan, here's what 2 players had to say.
I mean, I haven't really talked to him yet, but I know he's going to be a great coach. He said he's all about building relationships, and I just can't wait to meet him.
Impression, I really don't have a first impression. I don't.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you think Coach Jordan has what it takes to take UWM to the next level?
Yeah, I do, actually. especially because the team that we have is like really guard oriented, and he's a guard driven coach. So, I mean, he'll help the guards a lot and help us mold the team really well.
With the new men's basketball coach comes new assistant coaches. Head coach Laval Jordan named Omar Lowry and Will Vergoyo as new counterparts. Lowry has an extensive background in coaching in NCAA Division I basketball. Vergoyo has 3 years of experience as the video analyst for the University of Michigan men's basketball team. The baseball team is currently 14-16. The Panthers had mixed success last week, losing to Wright State 9-2. They played at Capco Park in Mequon because of poor field conditions at Henry Aaron Field. The second game of the doubleheader was rained out. The Panthers then took to the road to play Chicago State, winning 12-9. Madison welcomed 2 new Badgers to town, but not to the Kohl Center. Madison Zoo gained 2 new male Badgers with names you might recognize. The Zoo named the Badgers after former UW-Madison basketball players Sam Decker and Frank Kaminsky. The animals will be featured in the Wisconsin Heritage exhibit along with Bucky Badger. That's all for sports. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Chris. Have you ever wandered the Union late at night and heard music and stomping?
PantherVision's Dylan Depry tells us where it's coming from.
Late at night, the faint sounds of Drake and Chris Brown echo from the hallway leading to Bolton Hall. The UWM Hype dance team practices in preparation for their upcoming shows. J.C. Cunningham founded Hype at Marquette in 2001 and expanded it to UWM in 2004.
There's a voice here for the hip-hop community, and we wanted to express it, so we literally went to your gift shop, bought sweatshirts, fronted like students with backpacks on, passed out flyers for an audition. The rest is history.
Majors range from journalism to mechanical engineering.
There's a great sense of community in Milwaukee, but it's small and you gotta find it. So rather than trying to find it, we just said, you know what, we're gonna create it.
There is a 2-day audition process held in the beginning of September. For those that don't make it, Hype holds open practices for anyone to learn.
In the event that they totally kill it and are just totally rocking it, we honor them with opportunities to perform with the squad as a guest performer.
Freshman Martha Gebre Garcia Biher tried out and did not make the team.
Pretty excited. Even though I didn't make it, I was excited that they invited me back because it just told me something. So it was my motivation to keep going. Before I knew it, I was on the team.
Originally from Nigeria, Mike Unanka is the artistic director for Hype. He has been with the crew for 10 years.
I graduated 2012, but still the hip hop is in me and I can actually leave the crew. Well, Hype has been a family. They helped me grow.
1, 2, 3, Hype you dog!
In Milwaukee, I'm Dylan Depry for PantherVision.
And that's it for tonight. Thanks for joining us.